Well, hello. So not too long ago, I put a poll out on my Instagram stories asking about should I vlog during our Appalachian Trail through hike that we're planning for 2025. So 3 years from right about now. The idea is to hike from Georgia all the way to the end of the Appalachian Trail in Maine, and it was 100% resounding yes to do that. So I'm not comfortable on camera at all. So we're going on a hike today. Today's my 49th birthday, and we are hiking just a short hike up to Brandywine Falls in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. I gotta learn where to look. The camera's over there, but I look in the middle. Anyway, so just trying it out, seeing what happens, piece together some video, and definitely would take all the feedback that you have. I'm not sure how I'm going to keep it from being choppy and bouncing around in my hand. So I do have a gimbal, but I'm not so sure I want to use that for this. So anyway, headed out on our hike right now. So we didn't have a plan to actually come out here today, but we were watching the news this morning, and today is actually National Parks Day. So we have a national park about a half hour from our house. The rain was supposed to break right about now, which it has. It has turned into a glorious day. It's about 49 degrees. So we decided to come out and get some miles in. So that's how we ended up here today. And this is the only hostel that I know of in the national park. But first, spring has arrived in Northeast Ohio. So we just passed the Stanford Hostel, which there's actually residents there right now. You can lease that whole space out. But we're heading on to the trail leading up to Brandywine Falls. This here is actually the Stanford Trail. So while we're walking along the Stanford Trail, I have a question for Margie. And we gotta look over here. Why do you want to hike the Appalachian Trail, which is over 2,000 miles from the state of Georgia to Maine, and take between 4 and 6 months of living in a tent, digging holes to go to the bathroom in, and sleeping with stinky me for that long away from everything else?
All right, well, there's a lot to that question. First off, you're not stinky. I think if anybody is stinky, this girl right here would be the stinky one. Okay, so why do I want to hike the AT? Me personally, whenever I need to clear my mind or just kind of take it all back to level ground, I go to the woods. So the AT has taken it to the woods for a long time. And there's just something very calming, very peaceful about thinking about hiking the AT. And I don't question that we can do it. I don't question that we will do it. And I am not naive enough to think it's not going to be hard. I just think it's another monumental thing that we can do together. I think we will.
Good answer.
Morning.
So that was an unscripted answer. She had no idea I was going to ask the question. So there you go. But yeah, most people start their hike right about now, late March to late April, the latest early May. They start Springer Mountain in Georgia and head on north, and they average 4 to 6 months on average. Completion rate, not the best, but we, like nothing else that we do, it's, or should I say, like everything else we do, we don't enter anything with the intent to quit. So we'll plan, we'll prepare, and it's going to be muddy. So another question might be, why 2025? Well, our youngest daughter should commission in the Air Force and head on her merry way upon graduation in the spring of 2024. So I will be fully transitioned out of my government job way before there. Should be well integrated into real estate. We shouldn't have any kind of debt to our name of any kind. So I think we're gonna have the flexibility to go, and we can start planning, even though it's 3 years in the future. As far as my time in the Navy, I'll probably still be in, but I can see some flexibility in moving things around to still stay integrated, but just not be anywhere in person during those months that we go. So that's the why behind why 3 years and why not now or next year. But we bought a lot of the stuff last year. Trekking poles, the lightweight tent, the lightweight sleeping bags, watched all the vlogs and people doing through hikes. Specifically, we watched New Hampshire hiker, Taylor, the New Hampshire hiker, all the way through. And what's the other guy's name? He's always had a grumpy attitude.
Can't think of his name now.
Totally. Oh, how did he always end it? Heading north.
Heading north, yeah.
Yeah, heading north. I forget his name, but anyway.
He was the opposite of Taylor. Taylor had a very optimistic outlook on the through hike. He always had an edge of pessimism about him, but we still watched him because it was kind of a fun thing to watch the different dynamics of two people doing the same thing with different attitudes. It was fun.
And they were both, Taylor ended up being with somebody, but it was just somebody that she had met way early on, and they just stuck together for the rest of the way. And as far as him, whoever he could cling on to, honestly.
The circus.
Yeah, the circus as they called it. So, yeah. So that's why not for a couple years. right, so taking these steep steps for the final section before we get to the falls. They have really done a good job over the years at maintaining these. Still really structurally sound. A little cockeyed there, but from where they were before, they just keep coming out every year, making them safe, because this is definitely one of the most trafficked areas in all the national park here. Definitely feeling those heavy back squats from this morning. Just talking about feeling those heavy back squats. We are almost to the falls, and you can hear them, but it is absolutely gorgeous out here. It's basically an access road after you come off the trail. And eventually we're going to come up to a boardwalk that will take us down to the falls. I did. Was it off to the trails I must go?
The mountains are calling.
Or the mountains are calling? I'm gonna zoom in down there for a second. So that is downstream of the falls. What you think?
I wonder who lost their purple ball over there.
So up above the falls is this old farmhouse, and it's now a bed and breakfast, which we've actually stayed at. We've been here once or twice.
Once, a long time ago, probably 15 years ago.
So it's
was
called
really
the
nice.
yeah, it's called the Inn at Brandywine Falls, and you can stay in rooms around here. And then there's this outbuilding, which you pay a little bit more for. It's I believe they call it a carriage house, and you'll notice it just right there to the left. And totally private, type of a loft set up in there. And you can stay in there, and then they do breakfast and everything. But yeah, the Inn at Brandywine Falls, if you're looking for a staycation or something to do that's not too far away from home, great place to go. So we're now up over the falls on the other side, and we're going down the steep hill, going down back towards, essentially downstream of the falls, before we rejoin the trail and head on back to the car. We're going right here, love. What you think, babe?
This is a perfect day. The weather's perfect, the sun is shining, it's not windy, it's not raining. Spring is just starting to pop.
It's a good thing we did not judge coming out here based on what was out the window this morning.
We really don't have anything else to do today, so there's no time constraints. It's perfect.
Oh boy, can't take her out anywhere. This bridge is going over the water downstream of Brandywine Falls. I remember years and years ago in my trail running days, we would basically get soaked down there as we hopped across rocks trying to make it across this section. Then they built this bridge. That's upstream towards the falls and downstream. Oh, just got finished with the big climb. How was that, babe?
That's good. I feel those back squats from this morning though, for sure. But it's invigorating just to be out in the fresh air.
Oh yeah.
Feels good.
So how old are you gonna be when you hike the AT?
52?
52. Dang.
I know.
Well, depending on when we leave,
Yeah, you might be 51, 52.
when we start, when I get to the summit, it'll definitely be jointly 52.
How pretty it is with just the Like all the fallen leaves. Just like a blanket.
Coming on back the Stanford Hostel.
Private event in progress. I think there's a wedding going on. Those guys looked like they were in suits and ties for a wedding.
So one thing we always see along the canal here in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park are turtles that are sunning themselves. And this one has all kinds of moss on its back.
He's like an army turtle. He's camouflaged.
You see him right there?
Nicely. He is so cute.
Clearly he's been in the water, bringing up all that.
If he stayed there, he might sprout like a chia pet.
And just like that, we come upon a family. Let's see if I can get them here.
See, there's
Right
there,
there.
and then there's another one over here. Right there. Now those boys and girls are painted turtles. You'll notice the yellow stripes going down their necks.
Oh, look at him.
That's his
face.
head there.
That's his head right there.
Look at them with their necks stretched out. Oh my gosh.
So we're almost done here, but one thing you'll find in the national park along the canal are all these old locks. Pretty much they were doing business up with from Lake Erie and down south through Akron. Actually, it was up south, up. It was going up from Lake Erie to Akron. It was actually, the elevation went up there because that's the high point. That's why it's called Summit County. But this is one of the old locks, and you'll see these throughout the national park all over the place. And then for you history buffs who want to know about what you're looking at, this is Lock 32, and it tells you everything about that back in the 1800s. It also gives you the elevation. Yeah, look at, I just said that. There it is. That's the top point. So this is where we're at. And it went down towards Lake Erie and all the way up to Summit, and then started going back down again as it went down towards Stark and Tuscarawas County. All right, that's it. So what am I supposed to say with the vlog? Like and subscribe. And if you have any comments,
up here, down there.
the like button is down here, subscribe button's down there. If you like this, let us know. And if you have suggestions, I know it was a long video. Our goal on the AT would be less than 10 minutes for many reasons, like people will not watch long videos, the length of time to upload them. Also, I don't want my phone to be out. I just want to take a few clips, sum up the day briefly, and share it. So today, definitely a longer video, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Peace out.